All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, I'm back, and look what we got going here. We've got Sofi going right on up, and congratulations. Thank you for being back. If you're back, I'm sorry I had to step away, but I told you, those of you knew that I already had some business I had to take care of, and welcome back, everybody. Welcome. I sure will. Let me close my door off here for my missus. Hold on. Boop. All right. There we go. Give isolation. Yes, sirree. Oh, my goodness gracious. What's happening with this thing? Still continuing to go green and greener right on this afternoon. Thank you. I got an excellent streaming thing there. It says streaming settings look good. They all look good. Everything looks good. Analytics good. Stream health looks. What does it look like? Excellent. Yeehaw. All right, well, I'm sorry I had to run away, but I did have to step off and take care of a little bit of business here. And thank you for coming on back. If you made it back just now, I appreciate it. And let's go over here to our display capture, and make sure that we put this in the right perspective. Boom, that goes down there like that. And now we're going to put up this display capture right underneath me. Boop, just there we go. All right, and now we got maybe just a little bit too small on me there. There we go. Hopefully I won't be in the way right there, folks. That'll be good for you. And we have me right up with it. That's where it should be. And folks, look at this thing right on up. And I'm telling you, the danger number for them is going to be a break over 829, because them folks, not only will we have seen this low excel over a 19-cent gain, which I've called this already, all right? Slow and low, higher we go, right? And then look at this here. They only stopped the high by a penny earlier, everyone, okay? I want to thank you for being here. I thank you very much for coming around. And I told you I might be back here in a little bit. And I got back even sooner. Look at this thing going right on up, folks. 827. Folks, this is going to be very interesting here, what happens in the next few seconds, if we can see this go over that 829. Very interesting. Look at that, 828. 17,077,987, 17,079,828, 828, and this is awesome because, folks, this is a number that I said 840 would be similar to the last time. And what happens if we see that? Oh my gosh, folks, just hold still here. Why do I say 840? Well, I'm going to tell you why. And I want to thank you for being here. I see when I'm back, 4 have come and dropped by. Here's why I say 840. Because when they did this little stunt they pulled back here on May the 15th, after they had this hit, the 445 low was preceded the next day by a 476. All right? So 476 minus 445 is 29-cent gain off the low the day before. All right, so the low is here, 789 plus 29 cents. Do the math. Where will we be? Let's see. 7.89 plus 0.29 equals 818, folks. We're already freaking past that, aren't we? Yeah. Wait a minute. What am I doing wrong here, folks? Let's see. Am I completely wrong? Am I right? All right. Am I doing something wrong? It looks like I must be, because that's even better. Let's go back to May. Chivrini Day. There it is, 445, 476. And it closed, but folks, there it is at 476. So 4.76 minus 4.45 equals, that's a 31-cent gain, right? That's the problem. 31 cent it gained off the low on May the 15th, C Day, Chivrini Day, right? 31 cent. C Day, 31 cent. 31 cent up, right? Well, come on over here. What do we got here now? Recently, low right here, 789. 7.89 plus 0.31 equals 820. All right, you see that? And we're already at 827, folks. How you like them apples? Right? I show you the relevance. folks. History repeating itself. And folks, look, this is going to be stubborn here. Hold at 828. They're going to be in major due if this goes over 829. Because they surely cannot show a 19-cent gain off of the low here, 789 up to 808, and a higher high. That's horrible for them if both of those happen right here. And look at it. The people aren't letting up on this, folks. You can see this looks gorgeous, this chart. 17 million too, only 17 million shares. Have they flat run out, folks? Have they flat run out of shares to keep running this down with now, finally, after 2 weeks? Yeah, that's what I said. I think they did. It sure seems like they'd stop it right now if they had a way. And if they don't have a way to stop it here under this 829, folks, they don't have a way to stop it when it's at 929 either, or 1029, 1129, 1229. They won't. This is critical for them right here. Very, very, very critical. Welcome back, my fellow cats, the ones that found me again. I told you I'd be back. I am back because I'm going to watch this thing rocket here. I'm very happy to see you here with me to watch this thing break over this 829 wall that they're going to try to stifle this run. But, folks, this is the exact same. Folks, we're going to see that number. We've already seen an increase over the last time, right? I just showed everybody that. And it's interesting how I called this. I called this exactly. But I didn't know we were going to see an even bigger gain than the last time. And this is very, very, very promising for us, folks. 789 to 829. Oh my God, a 50-cent gain. We didn't have that last time after Chivrini Day. Did we have that much after May the 1st or after May the 4th when they hit the low? Heck yeah, there it is. Look at that. This is after May the 4th low. Look at the next day, the next trading, $4.99. That is exactly, folks, how much is that? $4.50, 49 cents, 39-cent gain. All right, I'm showing you history, folks. There's a 39-cent gain there from $4.59 to $4.99. And look at the close, $5.16. $5.16 minus $4.60 would be what? 56 cents, 57 cent. On May the 4th, there was a 57 cents off the May 4th takedown to the next, 57 cents, right? So we're looking back to see how close we are to repeating history, 57 cents. And right now, we're seeing 828 minus 789. 828 minus 789. 8.28 minus 7.89 equals 39 cents. I'm showing you this relative move here, folks. They look so similar, do they not? And look at this right now. They got themselves in between a major rock and a hard place, man. Look at that. That looks horrible for them, and it's not going to stop, in my opinion. This is going to be bleeding continuation, just like the last month has for these shorters. That's right. Yep. What a coincidence, though, huh? That they would raise the low by 19 cents today after Friday's takedown, and institutions piling in. In case you didn't know it, we had some institutions that had more positions. It's gone from 686 to 693 total now. So more institutions came in last week, as I said they were doing during that 5-day rundown last week. I told you more institutions were picking up positions, and I was right. And they're going to be more and more doing it. Look at that, 829, folks. Ring the bell as we bust through 830. Watch this happen, and this will be, as I said, absolutely crushing for them to see a higher high and a higher low. And, folks, this is just the tip of the iceberg. Watch what happens here. There's going to be some major resistance. 17,267. Come on, let's go over here and look at this chart to see what's going on the 1 day. Let's see how big these green candlesticks are that are coming in on this 1 day chart, folks, right now. Let's go look at it. Thank you for being here with me. I appreciate the 6 that are here checking out what I'm showing you. And we're going to have more, I have a feeling, coming on over here as this thing continues to move. And I'm very, very pleased to see this at this time of day. Look at the time, 3:13. 3:13 in the afternoon. Busting out a green number again today after the green number on Friday. And I called that too, folks. I told you these are going to be green days, many of them in a row. They might not be by huge and vast amounts, but they're going to be for a long time strung out, just like the last time. It's a replay, but in slow motion. This time it's a slow motion replay. They went from 4 days to run it down, this time to 14 days of running it down. And look at it now, 829 again, going right on up to 830. Here we go. Watch it rise. Everybody, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Look at that. Once again, lowest price of the month. No, that's going to be changed. It's going to say SOFI, higher low, higher high, higher low, and higher high. Let's see how that happened. How? Why? Well, could be by what Catfish has said why. Right? Could be what Catfish has said why. And here you go, and we'll save that. That's a good headline to have. SOFI, higher low, higher high. Well, folks, I'm writing it in already, right? I don't even have the higher high yet, but I can. There it is. I predicted it by 10 seconds. Right? All right. Higher low and a higher high. Time to kiss this thing goodbye and watch as all the shorts start to cry. But their tears won't put out this fire. And no, SOFI is going much higher. So I want to thank you folks for hanging around while we watched it drop right through the ground. And then it sure did turn around, didn't it? That's SOFI. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, indeed. You stick with me, and you'll see greed take over as the shorts start getting out. They'll see this thing running higher. They'll see that this damn thing's on fire, and they'll be jumping out. Oh, yeah, no doubt. Yeah, it's time for some rap, not just crap. We're watching this thing go, and it's going to keep on. It ain't going to stop. It's going beyond what many have said. I think they're going to be in for a big surprise when they watch how fast this SOFI flies and rises higher, against their desire, and they all on fire with this SOFI. Wow, look at this thing. It's out of control. You can see it now, and the volume, it's low. Hey, look out. When it gets on, volume escalates. This thing's going to go. Put more on my plate. 829 now, 830 again. Oh, yeah, it's going higher, my friend. We're going to see 831, 832. We're going to watch it. It's happening for me. It's happening for you. It's going higher. The thing is on fire, and this is intense, right? I love it, watching it go. SOFI, it hit the low. Now it's turned, and it's headed north. I don't know a rhyme that can rhyme with north, but whatever, folks. You can say what you will. This thing is gone. It's up over the hill, and it's going to ride like a roller coaster up. That's right, folks. You can all fill your cup full of more and more SOFI at the lows. That's how we buy it, and then watch it grow. Hey, everybody, thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for your time as we look at this killer chart. And, folks, let's get over here more involved in the chart. Let's see what's happened on the 1 day. Look at that massive buy right there. When was that? We'll get in here and focus a little bit more on it. We're going to pay attention here close because we want to look at the size of the buys, right? They're making SOFI rise. Here we go. We're going to pull this back a little bit. My goodness gracious, since that triple upside crossover, adios amigos, this thing has absolutely grown some legs, and it's got more legs growing on it as we take a look. It's getting real furry. Oh my goodness gracious. And here, we've seen this before. Look at that blue gapping away from the gold right there. Watch this happen, folks. Watch it develop. You can see the size of these down here. Right there, somebody said, I'll take up freaking $800,000 worth of SOFI. And they bought it when it's freaking at the high of the day, people. Do you see this? That's what they're paying for it. They're paying the highest price of the day and buying big blocks bigger than the Soul block. Look at that. 89.39 came right in. 94.20. Right? Came right on the heels of that little effort to run it down, and then right on up it goes, folks. Look at this thing. Isn't that a thing of beauty? A gorgeous chart. All predicted. All called. Yep. Nailed it on the head, folks. Slaying the dragon today. Again, we're slaying the dragon. Up we go this will be, like I said, the beginning of possibly 20 or so days out of 24 days up. It could very easily happen just as it did before, and we're already seeing it take place now. Look here, it says 829, 828. Refresh that page. There's 831, people. All right. Look at that thing running. And I told you once it went over 829, there was no telling how fast or how far. You watch it, and it's going to keep doing this in the after hours. This is very, very encouraging, folks. Congratulations, those of you who got on. Gary, this doesn't have to happen this afternoon. That's right. Hey, folks, Gary says, here are the good news. The 10 and 30-year yields have backed up a bit, and the dollar too. My take is that that's what has allowed the market to go up a bit today. Yep. Gary also says, nevertheless, both the yields and the dollar are still at critical levels. Yep. This means that the market can still go down further in a heartbeat. Right, it sure could. That this doesn't have to happen this afternoon, and this does not mean that the longer-term trend has changed. It's still intact. Keep some dry powder, boys. Yes, that's what I think. But also, it's it's okay to, I think, put a little bit more into this move right here and now, because to me, this looks very, very, very solid, and we could see a continued gain here this afternoon as we pull away from the 829 number I told you that would mean a lot to them. And we blew over that, and we just went to 831, and I don't see any reason for it to stop here. And this is really going to be, as I said again, folks, don't expect us to necessarily run like the wind here, because even when you go back here to the May 15th stuff, and I'm going to go ahead and give some powder over here to that too. Pop, and yep. There you go. Thank you, Gary. I appreciate the comments and the added insight. And over here we got, as I showed you, when we look at these numbers, they were done here on low volume. See that 25 million there? As it went from 513, the next day it was at 534, then 549. But there was a little pullback. There's some pullbacks in here. All right, so we're not going to see continued every single day up. We'll see a few pullbacks. And if you look at this chart right here, back to the May 5th, you'll find out that after May the 5th, when it made that nice little move from there and 516, then the next day, you can see right here, they had it at 518. And folks, that was again an increase of only 11 cents off of this price the day before, even on the 8th. So, but the sum of the days when it fell, here you go. It had a low of 538, the next day of 512, then 493. There's Chiavrini Day, 445. But after these gains, see here, 522, and the next day they had a lot low of 513 and 509. But then, folks, then off it went, off it went, off it went, off it went, up, 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 up. And there's where we go again. I say it again. So I say we're in the same range. We're in the same range of recovery right now from the low on the 445 low that we saw recover up. Okay, and the next day, I'm comparing these exactly. On the 445 low on C day, it went up 31 cents off of his Chiavrini downgrade low, 31 cents. And then today, what did we come off of? Let's do it. The low that we saw there on Friday was what, 789? What was it? Yeah, 789. 31 cents up. And we're going to go to Friday. And that was the 18th. 7.89. 789, and add 31 cents to that. If we duplicate what we did before, I'm going to have it written down. I did it already, but 7.89 plus 0.31 equals 820. Well, we're already past that, folks. So this time we've increased more off the following day, off the big rundown. We've increased more, right? And it should have been 820 to equal. Equal would be 820, but we're up more. We're up more than that. We're up 40 cents, people. Right here, we're up 40 cents. Up 40. That's a nice little gain. That means we're up about 7% right here. 7% off that low here, right there. And we're not even done yet. This day's not over, folks. Let's see if I'm right. Let's see what the percentage is from 831. 8.31 minus 789. 7.89 equals divided by 8.30 equals times 100 equals, yep, 5% gain right there. We're at a 5% gain now off Fridays coming in. Nice. Just think if we get 5% gain almost every day for the next 20 days with a couple of small pullbacks in between, and folks will be absolutely perfect. That's just what we want to see. Yep. And we're up 5%. Nice. So I'm showing you what happened on Friday when they got to the low, or the day that the Chivrini day, Wednesday, they got it to 445, but the next day it was up 6.5%. And right now where we are, we see where we are on C day, up 6.5%. Now we're up 5%. We haven't quite got the same gain yet, but we're getting close. We're gaining on it. There's 731 again, coming to 732, I see. Oh, yeah. Cha-ching, cha-ching. And what's going to bring it down here? Well, too many people have seen the past results of this stock, in my opinion. And it's just what happens. What happens is history, folks. Sneaking up on them. Others are not as naive. They see the same things I do. And look at that gorgeous chart, folks. And I want to congratulate all of you who are here with me and enjoying in the success. Thank you, Gary. I do see your sentiment is a little bit more on the skeptical side, and that's fine, because it's good to be a little bit, to hold the brakes a little bit and hold back the reins. We can't just run hog wild thinking this thing's just going to skyrocket. But I'm only, and have been, going back to the historical data to prove my point of what I think is about to happen, and starting to see it unfold already, even here now, after all those days, 13 days red, 13 days red, 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 and then on the 14th day it ended up green, and today green. So what do you know? 2 days in a row now in the green after 13 days red. Want to see it and prove it? Here it is. Look at the close. Look at the lows that they got and the closes, right? So off the day when it hit 1170, here was 1145. That was, and then here's 1 day lower, 2 days lower, 3 days lower, 4 days lower, 5 days lower, 6 days lower, 7 days lower, 8 days lower at 872. All right? 9 days lower, and then a day up. So 9 out of 10 days lower, then 10 out of 11 lower, then 10 out of 12 lower, or no, I mean 10 out of 11, then 11 out of 12, then 12 out of 13, and then, folks, the 13th day they could take it low. 13th day, bam, right there. Right? Not the 14th day, but the 13th day of lower lows, because there was one in there that it actually went up. That was an exception, right? So I show you that because that's how it happened, right? And it's coincidental? No, it's not coincidental. 13 days. But what it is a statement, and it's a power move, and it's look what we can do, and now look what we're going to do. And I think what we're going to do is see the same thing we saw them do the last time, raise the price 55%. Now that all these institutions have gotten on board again. Well, I showed you the increase in institutional ownership, those of you that have come by here, and they have increased today. That's the good news about today. And I want to thank you, those of you that have come back over for this last 30 minutes of the day. And I see a propulsion building here. I also see the Russell is about to go green, it looks as though. And we're in the Russell 1000. You can see, pardon me, the whole market moving up. S&P is now green. Dow is on the process of turning green. The NASDAQ is nicely green. Russell is going to go green perhaps as we look at the price escalate right up. 831, 832 will surely come into view very, very soon, toggling here at this number right here at 328. Oh my gosh, folks, watch this thing keep going up. 18,072,000, and we're going to get over here, and they're demolished now. They've had their low and high wiped out. And folks, this is what happened after the May 15th date. Look at here, their low, their high. They couldn't do it. We're going to go back to the right date here. Let's go back to May the 1st and then the 4th day. Well, the next day, they had a higher high and they had a higher low. And how much was the high higher? Wow, it was nice. It's 18 cents higher. Will we see an increase of 18 cents high today? That would be neat because we've already seen this low difference get blown away. Right there, you can see on the 4th day, 459, then this low 499. Folks, that's a 40-cent increase. That's a 40-cent increase off the low there. And now where are we? Oh yeah, 831 minus 789. 831 minus 789. 8.31 minus 7.89 equals a 42-cent move. See the similarities? Isn't that interesting? Huh. How ironic that could be almost identical. Gary, Tyler, your longer term analysis seems correct to me. We're on the same side. Yep. Oh yeah, I understand. Yep, I know. And I understand, as I've told you, Gary, I even thought there's a chance before this made this major run to the upside, we could see 666. So I'm not against people that are bringing up numbers that could fall lower, but I don't think it, at this stage of the game, it looks like we're almost just about to see the same slow move up that'll be very mysterious for everyone who just doesn't understand how this could replicate the same thing they did the last time, but just in a different fashion. And that is to make a lot of money. Gary, additionally, Apple, Microsoft, and NVIDIA either push the market up or down depending on their trend. That's true. That's right. They do carry the market one way or the other, either to the up or downside, which they have been down lately. And we've seen that. I showed the pullback on the NASDAQ amount on the NASDAQ, and guess what? It got to the exact same amount of a pullback as before. For those of you who haven't seen this is all right, Gary. Thank you. That's all, folks. Yes, right now they're attempting to consolidate to go upward, but they still haven't done a meaningful move. We're at a point where we can go up again from here or still pull back a bit more. Well, basically on what I'm seeing here over the last 2 days, I almost already can say I feel 99% sure we are going to see the same result, a mysteriously 55% gain. And thank you, Gary. I appreciate that. Appreciate your being here. I appreciate your comments. And those others would be wise to, to pay close attention. And Gary, if you want to check out the yields and the dollar, yeah, if you want, check out the yields and the dollar. Yep. 10-4. Yep. 10-4. Gary. Yep. I got my caps on. All right. Bingo. And thanks. Yeah, well, I have you as my expert on the yields and the dollar because I know you keep an eye on that, and I'm pretty sure you'll come over and keep me informed on that, and I'm very grateful for you doing it because, but I will, when I off camera and off screen, we'll check out the yields, but he's showing you right up here, folks. He's making it clear. Here you are. Here's the good news. The 10 and 30-year yields have backed up a bit. So this is good, but he still feels as though there's a downside yet to this market a little bit, and to save some powder for the day it might happen. Now, you're not the only one to say that, Gary. My stepfather is very, very skeptical of the market now, and believe it or not, even has the feeling that we may see a very, very big drop, and it could happen any day. So, all right, Gary says the U.S. 10-year, okay? Mm-hmm. All right. Yep. And the U.S. 30-year, okay. Mm-hmm. Definitely will do that. Definitely will. I appreciate it, Gary. I appreciate your comment very much. Yep, and the DXY. Yes, indeed. Okay, man. It's good to keep these things in the limelight because some people don't even pick up on these things that can make good determining factors, to give you a sense of direction by the overall market, and it's so good for us to have a diversified angles to be looking at the moves in the entire market overall, and the pictures overall are this. And I showed people this the other day, and I find it interesting. If you go up here to the NASDAQ chart and look at the amount of the pullback that occurred on this on the 1 year, it's called the year to date, and I've showed people this, that right there we were at 12.2, and we went all the way down to this right here, this bottom, which was 11.1. And folks, that is 1,100 down. And now look where we are, 14.346, and it went to 13.2. And folks, that's 1,100 down. It's 1,100. It equates that number. And then this thing after that drop just went right on off, up 20% off of that. And these two charts look very, very similar. Look at the two nipples right there, for any other lack of word, and the two that we had there. And then over here you had a little bit of a niche, and there you saw a little niche, and then another little niche, and there you see another little niche. Then it made the tumble down, boom, and that was the end of it right there. 11,188. And then here you were at what? Come on. 12.2 minus 11,188. 12,200 minus 11,188 equals 1,012. 1,012, folks. And then look at this coincidental number that we see here on this date. It would be 14,346. 14,346 minus, and then what did it drop to before it made the recovery today? 13,290. Let's see if it was even lower. 13,290 minus 13,290 equals 1,056. All right? Okay? It's virtually the same number, people. It's virtually the exact same number. And look at the turn, bam, off of that bottom there. And look at it here. All right? So that's the overall big picture, folks. And look at it up 210 after that mysterious equal number drop. How do you like them apples, people? I show you the bigger picture, folks. Gary, those are the tickets to be on the lookout. Yeah, the tickers, DXY. I'm with you. I hear you, man. Yep. We'll keep our eyes on them. I will too. Yeah, I thank you for highlighting that a point to me, because it's good, like I said, for everyone to look at all the different perspectives and see all the different coincidences. And there's no coincidence when I'm showing you history that the last time the price fell, it was exactly the amount that it's fallen now, and it's amazing. It's 40 cents, and we're up the exact same as the historical number. Here it is, May the 4th. The low was 4.59, and the next day's low improved by 40 cents. 40 cents. And this is why I'm telling you that this would happen again. And what do you see the number here? 789 to the low of 808. And how much is that low improvement? But folks, the thing you need to pay attention to is we're now at 830. All right? So how much is 830 minus 789? Right? Well, 790 and 830 is 40, so that's 41 cents. And now 42 cents. So it's equivocal to the last time almost. Isn't it interesting how history plays out that way, people? Amazing. Well, it isn't always that way. History doesn't always repeat itself, but it often does. And so there you go, people. You're seeing it again, unfolding just as I said it would. Right? Friday was green. Today, green. And I told you these aren't going to be massive jump up greens every day. And they're not always going to end green. But for the next 21, I think 18 green. All right, and look at us now, 832, escalating even more than we had the last time after May the 5th. And let's do a relevance to the May the 15th Chivrini ad that came out, that the Chivrini report, C-Day, May the 15th, right here, 445, right? Well, where did it close the next day? Look at the improvement after that. Only 476 phone. That's 21 cents. And we're over 41 now. All right? Okay? I show you this because this thing's going to escalate faster than it fell. It won't be 14 days of escalating. It's going to be, this could be very, very different this time. And by the way, we were up 20 cents more the next day. So it took 2 days last time to get us up 40 cents. Today in 1 day off the low. What do you know? What a surprise. What a surprise. What a big surprise, huh, for everyone. But me and you, right? Those of you who've been buying with me on these lows every time. And here we are. I show you this number because that has a significance. This is the 813 if they hold up the mirror, right? Gives them something to feel good about if they can sustain that. But folks, we already saw 832 as well. So it doesn't look good. This right here is changing for them every day. We're getting closer and closer to the target for Yahoo. You see it? 1022. Yahoo says 1022. That's a nice little increase from here, don't you think? Maybe 20% or so almost. That's a nice increase, and I think they're right. I think they're actually undervaluing it again, as all these others are doing, undervaluing it. And they've been doing that. There's 832 again. Did you see that click? Watch this, folks. Let's get over here on this chart and see who's coming in to buy this up right now. Bang, bang. Here we go. Green, green. Up we go. Yes, indeed. Watch the flow. It's going up. That's the way we're going. Yep. And more shorters are seeing this. It's becoming very, very clear to them. And like I said, unfortunately, they didn't get caught. They didn't realize what I was pictured and what I saw. And they didn't get out when they should have. Because this has all been planned. This has all been worked out by the biggest and baddest of them all. And now, as I showed you, golly, by the time they're running this back up 55%, now only 50% more. Right? After they get it up 50% more, they'll have made a 230% profit on SOFI stock. How? I'll show you. I'll show you all right now. Here we go. They had the price at 654. They dropped it all the way down to 415 on May the 15th, 445. Right? I've already said that. That's 30% they made there. And then from there, the daggum thing went up 55%. So that put them at 75%. At 1023, when they got it up to here, 1023, it was at 75% gain. Folks, 1023, this number right here, boom, 75% gain. Then they were able to yank it back down to 771. Well, on that move, they made another 24%. All right, so you got 85%, then 24%. Now you're at 95, 105, 110%. Then another 24% from this number 7071 to up to 1013, folks. Right here, there they made even more. They made another, and I keep pointing this out. And then from 1013 they worked it down to what? 1013 to 894. 2 days before they came out with the earnings call, they made another 11%. And I keep adding these up. And then from there, 894 to 1170, folks. Going along, they made 31% for a total of 175% they made in a month and a half or two on this stock. 2 months. 175%, and now another 55% in their coffers after that low right there that they just achieved at 789. 55% gain like the last time, and they'll be up 230% on this stock in a 3-month period, 3.5 months. Damn, that's freaking impressive, man. All right, so I hope that is understandable to you. I can obviously see here that what I predicted was right. It isn't going to stop. It's just going to keep going up. And this improvement, by the way, as I pointed out to you all, is better than the last improvements. Now 833, folks. Are you starting to see this? This is going to be a faster move upward than the low, slow, long 14-day down move. And it's going to happen in the same fashion as that major 1-year down move from $13 to $4. They ran it over a whole year, right, down. But now look at it. Huh. Amazing too, isn't it? Who would ever thunk it? Well, I did. And Shaniza, thank you. I remember her. Shaniza. You're doing all right, Shaniza. Don't worry. We're going to be all right. We're going to keep climbing up. We're going to keep going up. And you have to worry one little bit. It's going to be exactly as I told you it would, and it has already started doing that. You can see it already. A 19-cent gain off the low. And look at this, folks. We closed, folks, on Thursday last week right there at 8.11. You see that? The next day up 8.22. Now 8.33. What's the similarity here? Do you see it? Right here, I'll show you. 8.11 plus 11 is 8.22 plus 11 is 8.33, right? All right. Just making sure everybody's on track and keeping a look at it. Right? There's things that are happening here, and they're happening very nicely, just as we want them to. 8.33 now, and rising. And it's not going to get any better for you shorts, because, as I've already pointed out, the big king players, the big kingfish, the big whales, they've already made their move. They made it at 7.89. They switched over, and it's a 55% gainer from here. So if you're shorting, be prepared to lose 55% on this stock in the next month and 2 weeks. You want to take that on? Because that's what happened already to a lot of shorters that fell for the C-Day Chavrini run down and the target price of $2.50. They were in on that. They tried to push it right on out of existence there. That was going to be the final dagger to run SoFi completely under. But it totally backfired on them now, and they don't even know what to do about it now. Look at the prices going right on up, 8.33. 8.34 will be next. They're toggling. They've been toggling 8.29, 8.30, then 8.30, 8.31, 8.31, 8.32, 8.32, 8.33. They're toggling. 8.33, 8.34 will be right here next. You'll see. Toggling here. And folks, like I said, when they made this last, when they started making these last improvements, even from way back on May 15th and Chavrini Day, not every single day went higher every day. Not everyone. See here, they got it a penny lower the high. All right? So it's not going to be every single day with a higher high, but almost every single day. Okay? How about that? Because here's another one. They had a high of 5.49. The next day, 5.33. So don't expect continually gaining highs, but just gradual over time continually gaining. There'll be the setbacks and the pullbacks. This is we've always seen, but the gradual trend is up, right? That's very, very clear. Very, very, very clear at this stage of the game. And it's of no surprise to me whatsoever, and should not be a surprise to any of you folks, including Gary and others. I appreciate you dropping back in on me to hear what I had to say. But the main thing is, I'm showing you these numbers of the past to the numbers of now, because that's what I've been doing from day one. I use charts and numbers going back to previous historical dates, times, places, and events to predict where we're headed in the future. And that's how I've done it since I started on May the 17th doing broadcasts on SoFi when it was below $5 a share. Okay? And it was somewhere around there, the 16th, 17th. I was so mad about that David Chavrini thing. And I had stumbled on Hurricane Lopez, and he exposed that guy's horrible analysis. And I give him credit for showing me that, and I'm grateful to him, because then I suddenly realized, my God, this David Chavrini is a moron who doesn't know how to invest in the market. He's lost 2/3 of the time. He's far worse. You'd be better off, as Hurricane says, to pull stocks out of your ass than to use his guidance and his target prices that are so horrible they have to be by purposely. You couldn't be that horrible and be in the business he's in by mistake, right? It's an anomaly that's more than an anomaly. It becomes more and more blatant and obvious when you see somebody who doesn't even have a quarter tip of a star for a rating, all right? And apparently lately they've given him a little bit more, but I have no idea why. His success rate is very, very, very poor. Like I said, 1 out of 3 trades, 100, and it's like 100 out of 300 that he actually makes any money. And how can you be that bad and be in that business? And there's a purpose for people like that out there in the world. And there's a reason that they're there and that they live in nice homes and they drive nice cars, even with their pitiful performance record. And that's all I'll have to say about that. We'll just leave it there, right, folks? We know how it's done and what's going on and who's making things happen and how they make it occur. And now this bear trap again. What are they going to do now? Call another Chavrini today and tell them we need another thing to get it back down to fours? Because that's all they have is a hope and prayer that some FUD will come out by somebody to run it down and downgrade, push it down. But right now, folks, I'm so encouraged by what I'm seeing this afternoon as we approach 11 minutes to the closing bell. 11 minutes. Watch this get exciting possibly, and we might see a very big change in volume in the next 11 minutes. So what I'm going to do is come over here to the SOFI chart, and this is the 1 day, and I'm going to zoom in, and we're going to look. Look at that 45-day escaping the 50-day. And for those of you that have been watching me do this for quite some time, you know what I'm looking at. You know why I show you these things. I show you these things for a reason on the minute chart, on the daily, because I'm looking at what's making this thing gap to the upside here near the close and what is going to happen candlestick-wise. So I see 3 efforts in a row to sell, had no effect on it all. The price is still actually moving upwards. So that's nice to see them try to dump right there. Look at that. There's $2.5 million at 341, people. $2.5 million, and look what happened to the price. It was at 831. Now it's at 832. Are you with me? Wow. And then here they tried again on the heels of that with a 1 million share dump, and then another 1 million share dump, and then another 700,000 share dump. All those dumps, and look at the price. It's so resilient, just standing there, and their faces going, "Nah, thanks though. Nice try." And all these shorts are just at the, oh my God, I can't even imagine what must be going on in their heads looking at this. Because look at the 45 and 50 day, again, gapping up, and the green 200 day gapping up. Look at the 5-day chart, folks. Look at the triple upside crossover forming here at the closing on the 5-day, which is a longer term chart. Gosh dang, man, folks. Look at that. That is absolutely horrific for any shorter to look at that chart right there. You should be just horrified by seeing that, especially with the price rising even though it went over the red line on the RSI. That doesn't happen unless there's just, this thing is starting to defy all logic here, the stock is. I love it. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Up again today, the 2nd day, and one of many, many days I'm predicting in a row of this because of the history of this stock and what it did the last time around. They ran it down 30%. And mysteriously, here we go again, folks. Don't know how I was able to pull this one out of the hat and say this would happen, but now 2 days green, and they're up 11 cents each and every day, up exactly 11. Here's the history of it, folks. History. It's kind of funny. It is a story. It's a story with the same ending. Up from this 11 cents to this amount, up 11 cents to this amount, which is where we sit. 11 cents up. You'll see this coincidentalness of it. You'll see it. It's amazing almost how we're seeing that move. And I'd love an 11 cent every single day from now until the middle of next month. I sure would. I absolutely would. Or the end of next month. Because this will be a very, very nice, slow, standard gain that like we saw the last time. It just slowly unfolds. And it's going to unfold and collapse, actually. It's going to be collapsing on those that shorted it, right? And so Gary was over here. I want to thank him for dropping in and putting up his valuable points. Go up here and read all of this great information Gary's posted up here above, folks. See what all he's put up since I came back on. I had to cut my feed earlier today because I had some business I had to take care of, an important call. But I'm back for the closing. And we're going to watch this thing, and we're going to see where it ends up. But one thing for sure it's not going to do, it ain't going to be red. I don't think so. Nah, I'm afraid not, folks. 831 is just a reverse 13 image. They're going to try to hold for a little bit. Folks, there's no way in the world this thing is going to go red, just like it didn't on Friday, just like it didn't end that way on Thursday. And I told you that on both of those days, on Thursday, I said, no way it ends red. On Friday, I said, no way it ends red. And here we are. This will be the third day now. No way it ends red. Okay? No way it ends red. Not my call, not my belief. And if you don't believe that, here we go. This will be there. It didn't end red on the 17th, Thursday. And it's not going to, I mean, well, actually it did. I take that back because you saw our close before was 826. But after here now, this will be 1, 2, and then I continue to think we'll continue to see daily progressions just right on up. Slow as we go. And that's the way we prefer it, folks. If we can keep seeing 11-cent gains on lower volume every single day, folks, that's the dream. That's the perfect scenario for us. Very low and very gradual. And we stay under the radar that way. And believe me, we're not the only ones that want it and prefer it that way. The ones that pulled off the big rundown again of 30% prefer it that way. That's the way they make their money. Slow and patient with a steadied, worked out plan, well executed. And so far, the SoFi stock has performed. They've played it just like a well-practiced song, like a melody that they've played before. And they did play it before, but this time they didn't make it the fast 4-day hip-hop. They made it the slow ballad, the SoFi slow ballad, right? Here you go. Now we're going to go down here to the bottom and see what we got here. Yeah, Gary, yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, I point out to everybody to pay attention to what you're telling them because it's important to note all of these details that folks add on my chat each day. And there's a lot of people that come up with very good, valuable information, and I'm grateful to them for doing that. We are now down to 5 minutes remaining. 5 minutes remaining. And folks, I want to let you know that I've already said and claimed, many of you already know that there's a tactic often used by these shorts to try to retain and hold SoFi at a certain price in the after hour. And what they do is before the market even closes, if they close at 8:31 today, they'll have a bunch at 8:30. They'll just put them in. If we close at 8:30, they'll shove in a bunch at 8:29. And they don't know if those numbers will hold up for them, depending on the supply and demand. But they throw it out there, and they'll try to retain it a penny below just as long as they can till those are all bought up, you know. But what we've been seeing lately, we've been seeing some nice little moves. They're tiny, but they're significant because we used to always see SoFi being held back in after hours, and we did see that on Friday a little bit. But boy, howdy, what a nice day we've had today, right? What a great day we've had today. Congratulations, everybody. We're in the green again. I want to thank you for being here with me. I appreciate you being over here and watching my stream. All of you who are here now on the new, since I came back up, 32, 33 folks now, and we've got 11 with me now saying thank you for being here. And I wanted you to know that what I'm showing people is today institutional holders has increased. We've jumped up from 686 to 693 now, and the longs are 641 to only 20 shorts. I can't understand who in their mind would even be doing this right here. Are you out of your minds, people? Can't you see? Can't you look at a long-term chart? I mean, goodness gracious, this is looking fantastic. Let's look at the 1 month. Let's look at the 1 month. Well, there's their manipulation effort over the last 14 days right there. You saw that. But look at the turn right there and look at the turn again today. Exactly what we thought would happen. And folks, this is not good for them at all because when I show you the 6 month, you'll see how many of them are buried down here. These shorted positions down here, they can't get to them. And look at this 200-day now gapping away from this on this 6 month chart. Oh my goodness gracious, folks. And watch this blue line pop off of this 6 month chart here too. And you can already see the turnaround right there when everybody saw that. When they saw that, that was the number they'd seen over here twice before. Look over here. See this number? There it is, 828 right there. And look here, what number were we at? 805. 805. And then today, look, what did we see? Look at here, 822. Are you kidding me? And where was it? 811. Oh my God, that's horrible for them. That's horrible, folks. And then why we see the pound bounce off of these two, the double bottom here and exact bottom here, Well, that defines it, doesn't it? That really defines where the bottom is. What I'm showing you here on this chart. And look at this green 200-day moving average. Just really starting to step up its escalation off this line I put in here earlier. I'll take it off now. That's the line I drew in there. But golly, man, oh man, nice. Very nice. And we might see an effort here at a splash close. Won't matter. We're going to be green, green, green. Oh, yeah. And because, see, they've only got 2 minutes left. What are they going to do? Run this thing down freaking below 8:08 in 2 minutes? I don't think so. It's all over but the crying for them now, folks. Days range 8:08, and we approved off of that by freaking 22 cents. And the last time it was only 16 cents that we approved off of it. Nice. Off the low I'm talking about. And I'm going back to the May 15th improvement to the next day. The May 5th to the May 6th, May 4th to May 6th day improvement, right? And so this is a much larger improvement than even that. And I'm happy with it. I'm happy to see it very much. Very, very much so off of that low. And I go back to you here again, folks. Look back here. This is on the May drop. I show it to you again. After Chivrini Day, the thing only went up on the lows 16 cents. See that? 45 to 461 was the low increase. And today, how much did we come off the low? 789 to 808. Folks, I hate to tell you, but that right there is a 19-cent increase off the low. And there you just saw the close at 829. Oh, folks, look at that, man. That's desperation there. Because, man, they had to. I told you, if the boat closed over 829, how are they going to hold any lower? And look at that mysterious 1 penny lower that they've already got loaded in. And how long will that last, I wonder? Let's see. But anyway, I point these things out because I've seen them so many times over and over and over and over. And it becomes, like I said, a record. And thank you for being here with me today. Folks, as you can see, we've now improved off of this low. We've improved off the close again. We've improved off the close again. And this is exactly what I called for. Exactly what I called day after day of a new higher price on the low and on the high. We're going to see it. And when they can't get the low, they'll go for the high. When they can't get the high, they'll go for the low. And today they lost both. They lost both. Look here. On Friday, they were able to bring the high down from 841 to 829. Good for them on Friday. But the low here from 808 to 889, well, you can see how much that was. 808 to 889 was 19 cents. Well, dang, what did it do? It reversed that today. Went from 789 right back up to 808. See that? There's the turn, and there's the call. And you can see the mirror-like reactions here, folks. You can see them. They're almost mirror-like. And I'm glad to say I called it. So that's going to be it right there for me today, folks. I'm going to get on out of here. I'm going to go have a little bit of fun. Maybe have myself a nice cold one. I'm going to keep an eye on this in the after hours because my feeling is, even though they did the penny drop in price that I've called already, I told you it would be there, and I called it again. And I'm getting pretty good at these things. But let's just see what they continue to try to muster in the after hours because it's the only time, lunchtime, pre-market, after hours, only time they can knock it down any significance. And this is lame. Folks, what you saw today was exactly what I called for. And congratulations. Brew take out there. Slay the dragon, baby. You dang right we did today. We ended up green again. And this is what I called. Absolutely called it. I said it would happen. I said, folks, after that big rundown, we're going to see it turn. And look at this, Brew Tank. I'm going to show you something kind of interesting. This is kind of ironic. Down here, if you look here at on the May 15th, and we'll even go back to May the 1st, look at this difference here, what happened. After May the 4th, 459 down, look at the increase that we saw it increase that next day. It went from 459 down up to 499. That's a 40-cent gain. Do you see that? Now, look over here. Look at this. 789 to 833. How much is that gain? 8.33 minus 7.89 equals a 44-cent gain. How ironic, huh? How coincidental. What do you know? And people don't believe history repeats itself. Well, I've already told you that it was going to be doing that. And I called the bottom when it was there. And I called the bottom when it was there today. And I told you, folks, that Friday you better take a picture of that number when you filled that order right there, because you're never going to see it again. And I was right. So I want to thank you for being here, Brew Tank, and others that have been here with me and saw exactly how it all unfolded, folks. We saw, just as I said would happen, a repeat of history is occurring. And again, if you go back here to May the 15th, David Chiavrini Day, when he called for 445, he said 250 was the target price for him. You can see here, look at the gains here. Off of that, the next day, it actually dropped 1 penny, right? And that was not what happened this time after the price got to that low. It went up, and I'll show it to you because here's the low right here, 789, and it did not go up 1 penny, folks. It went to 822, all right, after that 789, and the next day it was 829. That's 40-cent gain, folks, okay, what we had, all right? And I'm going back to the history here. I want you to see here, definitely be clear. 445 to the next day's close, 476. That's a 21% gain off the low they were able to achieve. The very next day, a 21% gain on the close. And then here, what do we see on this? You see the 789 or the 822, and now we're up another 7 cents. So we've gone up now 11 cents and 7 cents today. And this is going to be the gains that we continue to see day after day unfold right before our very eyes. That's my call, regardless of what they try to pull off in the after hours. I appreciate you being here and seeing it because, as I said, this is nothing but, this is no surprise to me after seeing this number achieved that they got to 30% down again after 14 days. That number there, folks, look what's happening with the lows, the closing numbers. Closed at 811, right? And then the next day, even when they got to that lower low, 789, we closed up 11, right? And we closed up. This is third day in a row up, folks. I'm just bringing it to your attention so you're prepared to understand what I'm trying to portray to you. That history, as I said before, is probably going to repeat itself, and I think we can already see that unfolding right now. So, folks, I want to say farewell to you now. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate all of your comments. I tried to catch them all right as they came in, and I want to say thank you for being here and what I'm showing you. And again, just as I predicted, we're starting to see day after day of a slow. It's not going to be a massive, quick run-up. Folks, it's just going to be just as slow going up as the last time. They took their time, a month and 10 days from that May the 1st. And it was a month after May 15th that it hit the high of 1023. 1 month. Actually, 29 days to be exact. So, hey, folks, thank you for being here again. I'm going to get on out of here. I'm going to let King Cat take over and say farewell to everybody. So let me get on over here. Boom, and we're going to go on over here to King Cat. So, hey, everybody, thank you for being here today. We had a good time here, and some of you came in here on the bottom with us this morning early. So glad you could do that. And King Cat is here to say, come on back tomorrow for what Catfish Tyler has to tell you about. Want to say thank you again. Very, very grateful for being here. And I want you to be always have happiness in your life. And then I want to make sure you have prosperity. And thirdly, we want to make sure you have great health. And last of all, that you're surrounded with love. So that's going to be it for now. Gary, farewell. We will see you later, Gary. Thanks for dropping by and all your great comments. You get King Cat of the Day, and I am out of here. Bye-bye, everybody. Don't forget to like and share.